There we go. Alright. Hello. Frames are dropping. Fuck me. Okay, Alright, we should be good now. Time for another vote review. Pog. I'm dropping frames for some reason, even though I'm not doing anything. Sorry if there's a lot of background noise. I have my fan on because my room is hot and it is too windy to open window. So I'm going to be reviewing codes from last Scrim. First one though, let's do Hanamura. I always type the map name. Fuck me, man. And change that to that. Boom. I'm just making sure everything's set up correctly, sorry. Alright. Once we're in, I'll check if my pen's working.
To Hanamura. Defend objective A.
Alright, good. And now we're going to change the colour of that to a... Let's do a light green so it actually shows up in this one. Alright. First things first. Let's look at both comps. So, yeah, we already had the door, so none of the comps are switching. They've been running this same comp basically every map. It's a variation of the meta, but instead of having the Mercy Zen or the Tracer Echo, they've opted with a Sombra Tracer, Brigana, and then with the standard Ball Zarya. Because there's a Sombra instead of the Echo, it means they have more mobility, and they basically want to run around you, be more mobile. The Brig of the Ana, Brig's just fully there to protect the Ana, and the whole basis of their comp is just to get Zarya hard charge, and Zarya becomes late game carry. It's kind of like how Slow Dive works really. Our comp, we've opted to go for a Ball Torture. Instead of the Brig, we've opted for Lucio so we can make a rotation. I think I called to do, let me see, the rotation when we go through choke, up here, up through there, across the bridge, into this room, towards point, and then set up on point there. So that's why we have the Lucio pick here. Against our comp, it's really good. With both tanks being set up here and the healers are split here, and the Sombra's all the way in the front, it means this Zarya is going to have to outposition herself to help the healers here, because the healers can drop down here, but where Zarya is positioned, she can't help the people that are sat back here. So let's just get straight into it, see what happens. Also change this to this. So we've already used speed booster in this position. I said just go anywhere because we still have wall. Ball's already getting ready to set up dive. We're going. Now, first mistake here is turning around on the ball. Now, every time Ball goes in with this comp, he's going to get a bubble from Zarya. So there's no point wasting abilities on the ball, because if we waste it, it's just going to get absorbed by the Zarya bubble. If the Zarya bubble's not there and we stun him, he can just drop straight down. If we try and wall, he can still drop straight down. We can't get like actual wall. Our wall's not big enough to fit here, so we just need to keep moving. Like all Ball's doing there is trying to get Zarya some charge, and he's doing it successfully because obviously we're trying to focus Ball down. So yeah, we shouldn't focus Ball in this position. We've pushed the healers off this position and we've pushed two towards point. So the healers are already in a bad position because they're basically on the front line because we want to go point. But we shouldn't waste abilities on this Ball. He's not killable. Now in this position here, because they have a Sombra on the angle here, if we drop straight from this window, we're going to come in like one by one, dropping down and not drop as a group. So what I would suggest here is just to take less poke damage, especially not to get naded by the Ana, because if we drop down here, we have a small area where we can get naded, unless our D.Va looks to eat, but I don't think she does. If we just walked behind this building, it'll make D.Va's job trying to eat the nade easier, as she would have been able to see it coming, and also lets us throw shield early, gets it up, and then go from there. But because we're going to drop down, it's a possibility that we get naded. Also by dropping in here, because the ball's back there, if he did want to go roll through us, he would have been in a bad position. We could have walled him and we could have killed him if the ball did go through there. Now our Lucia's quite far forward here, and it's a bad shield from where we want to push. In this push we look to go hard on the Zarya, but we shield here, and because of that our team's very split. Like our D.Va, Lucio, and I think our Mei, and then Mei's still... No, I don't know where the fuck's our Mei gone. I'm lost. Okay, Mei turned around. But yeah, our Lucio, D.Va, and Mei rush towards to try and kill Zarya, but Zarya's already out. And honestly, the call needs to be more, what's the word? Definitive, let's say. Because we shield here, which doesn't really do much for our team if we want to go and push a Zarya. And then we realise we can't get the Zarya, and then the ball becomes on the call becomes a ball. So already our D.Va and Lucio are positioned, and our Lucio's now antied, so we're already about to lose our Lucio, especially in the face of a Brig, a Sombra, and like Zarya. Our Lucio is probably going to die there. Now, Ball's a good target focus here. He's in the back, Tracer's close, but because of this shield as well, he gets no support from his supports. So yeah, turn around in the ball here, but we just needed that to be the game plan straight away. All dies. Now, when we go on point here, we need to set up like a plan of where we want to defend from. We either set up left side of the bell here, or to the right here. Because they have the ball, going left side here is good, because we have a less chance to get knocked off the map. So we want to set up here. Our shield's about to break, but we really should be playing around this cover, especially our DPS and healers, and it's especially good for our Mei. So playing here, we can't really get a wall unless it comes past here. The next target focus we should have is on the Brig, unless the Zarya decides to go big balls and push in. If Zarya pushes past this wall, we can wall off the Zarya. However, we can also go on the Brig here, because she's out of position, she's not really near cover. And we have a lot of CC where we can stun her before she gets back there. So yeah, Zarya goes big balls, Zarya should die. Now what happened there? We did get antied there, which is unfortunate. Let's slow this down a bit. So yeah, Zarya pushes in. She has no personal. That's a great wall. D.Va knocks her back. Our D.Va gets demurked. We get antied. That's unlucky. We kill the Ana, which is a great pick. Now we should turn around on the Brig. This Brig is inside us. She should die next. Then we should force out the Sombra, because Zarya's really not a threat there. Zarya's next focus, but that fight's already lost. Why does this only go to a max of that? I'm gonna turn that just back. Yeah, this fight's lost. And by us going back in, we just staggered. Fuck off, slow spawn.
Time to raise my APM.
How the fuck do we pause this? Alright. Next fight, we have the same amount of volts, they have an EMP, so either way, this is just a fight loss. And because they have that many big, like, ults that they can use on us while we're grouped up, we just need to dry fight this, honestly. The combos I want to really look for is a grab pulse, use rally defensively, the Ana can nano Zarya if she becomes high charge. This is Hombre MP, the ball slam, ball mine, something like that. And because we're at a disadvantage and they basically have 6 ults, we just let them use ults. Rushing down main is a bad idea here. They are still down the Tracer, but Tracer has high mobility. We look to just push straight main. There's a Ana here that can easily just get a nade. We've already used our shield in this position, and we still have this far to go until we have cover from the point, and that's just bad for us because we're still missing 2 people. We don't have speed boost just yet. We should have properly fully grouped up, because either way the Tracer and the Zarya are going to get back in time. And it's just a Hail Mary rush. We came in so like staggered there, and honestly, if I was at Ana, I would just save my nade until the rest of the team come in, because she only really naded our Orisa and it didn't do much. Brig should die here. We get impeded. They use pulse, we get slammed, it's just a fight loss. When we went in there, we didn't have much of a fight plan, so that was just an instant lose from us. They've wasted the nano as well, which is really good for us. So that fight, we used Diva Bomb, it looks like, and we got out the Pulse, the EMP, the Nano. So we got 3 ults for 1 Diva Bomb, which is really good. So here, they only have Mines or Grav. They nearly have another Pulse, which is good for them. So they're going to be looking to charge a Pulse and then go for a Grav if they play it smart. Because we have the Creel, we can push main here. Zarya's on high ground in the open, Ball's in the open, and we can use the Creel to create space. We could also just do the same rotation or just speed point and look for a Blizzard onto point there. Either one of them is really good for us. I don't know what we're doing there, but yeah. So look for the wall, do the same rotation again, which is good. Now, they're playing very far up here, which is good for us, especially the healers. If we play this correctly, just get the speed and speed straight on, look for a Blizzard, it's an easy win for us. Because they're playing in this position, they're all around cover, so we can't really use our high noon effectively. So yeah, we're playing it smart, we're looking for, waiting for speed, we go in. Now we used, what do we use there? Our stun on the ball, which was useless, so we don't have McCree stun now. They've grabbed us, but this is a very bad grab from them. They don't have a big follow-up ult, and they've grabbed us behind a wall. It's practically useless. None of the team can follow up. They might get a nade, but that's about it. Good wall, in case of follow-up. Tracer, we forced out the recall. We should push down to that Tracer. If we all pushed hard on that Tracer, she should have died. That's a waste of mines, and we've already used our lamp, which we shouldn't have to use our lamp in this scenario. We should have just dropped down the stairs, killed the Tracer. Ball would have just wasted mines if we mines there, and we wouldn't have wasted our lamp. Here we should just be pushing on to point. We're stalling too long. We've had to use our lamp. They've got to rally off. We're not doing anything right now. And because of our Diva dropping early, they hit big anti on us. Good pick on the ball. Tracer used Pulse and Recall again, which is great. We are playing extremely split here, and this is another fight loss on our side. How do we? There we go. So yeah, they have another EMP now, and they nearly have Nano. We can just use High Noon at gate, but we really just want to rush straight to point since we only have 10 seconds. Great Blizzard, Wall Group Duck, Great Blizzard, Great Beat. I think the lamp and the window were very unneeded there, but yeah. Ball's next focus, because we have CC, but I don't think this is a fight win at all. That's a loss. But yeah, we didn't really have a proper plan, and we just really stalled way too long. And that's the reason why we lost that. We just wasted our abilities on a ball when we couldn't capitalise on killing the ball. And we just stalled ourselves out, really. We tried to do stupid plans and weren't really thinking. They're going to do the same compo again, which is good for us. Us sitting here makes it harder for the ball and tracer to dive on us, since if the ball and tracer try and go up top here, it's going to be hard. They have to make a long rotation around here behind the point, into here, up there, and this is where tracer normally sits. The ball normally sits around on point, near point, somewhere like that. But us sitting here is really good. We're creating range from that team and taking space away from them. Now against that team, when the ball tracer come behind us, even if the Sombra comes behind us, we should have the initiative to just push down the Zarya, the Ana, the Brig. We want to engage first against them because it's running like a dive comp. Their ball, the tracer, the Sombra has to get set up. The ball slams in, the tracer goes in next, and then maybe the Sombra as well. So we need to be the first ones to engage to shut down that, and then it stalls out their ball and tracer longer. So as soon as we see the opportunity, should just use it. So ball's in behind already, tracer's in already, Sombra's in already. She's hiked the Mega, and we are opting to play more defensive, fall back to point, so it's harder for them to dive us. Now this means when they come here, the ball has to roll through or slam on the choke point, especially with the Tracer and Sombra. It makes it easier to reveal the Sombra, makes it easier to catch the Tracer off guard, and same. Noodles, you did a misplay here. You stun the ball here, ball used shields, and our team's over here, and he rolls through our team. If you stun the ball when he was actually in our team would be able to capitalise on the ball stun, and we probably would have stopped him from getting his shields off. So next time, when you're just marking the ball, just keep shooting him. All you need to do is shoot him down. If you can literally just get out ball shields by just shooting him. And then when it comes to closer to the team, look for the stun then. That's when we get the freeze on the ball, that's when we get the brig stun, that's when we get the mass damage and burst damage from our D.Va. But yeah, playing left side here is really good for us. That's great on the ball. Zarya should become the next target focus. She's the personal bubble and she's massively outplaced. Brig's an outplaced, she dies. Ana should die next, and now Zarya should die. Because we played in this area, it puts them in a position where they have less cover. If they push this area, the Ana played here, which is great. She has this building cover here. The Zarya and Brig wanted to play here, but the Brig and Zarya pushed up to here, which puts them in a very bad position. We have the high ground here, so if the Zarya and Brig want to push us, they have to go all the way up the stairs, and they have to either go all the way back here to fall back to cover, or they can go behind this rock, which literally gives them like zero cover there. So yeah, us playing in this position is really good. But now we should set back up here and then do the same kind of plan. Sombra not really doing much. Hello, giggles. Yeah, I don't know how you can see him live. It doesn't show him live on Discord for me, but yeah, I do VOD reviews live now, so it doesn't take like 2 hours to upload them. But yeah. Great stagger on the Sombra there. Zarya used the personal bubble, which is good for us. By the time she pushes in, she's just going to lose all the charge she got from that. And our team's at a null advantage. So the way we want to use our ults here, if they decide to push in, we should just bongo in this corner. We can also back up straight to point where we backed up before. We nearly have a bomb combo, which is good just to create space. But yeah, all the ults are mainly just to create space against that team. Blizzard should be used when we're in a close area near the point. But yeah, see, we weren't prepared for the ball, and especially when we're playing in this open area as well, it makes it harder to actually capitalise on the ball. The Zarya could actually see the ball, and she could literally just bubble the ball when he was rolling through here, so we weren't able to stun him. Even if we did hit the wall, it's too big for an area, we should just push back to point, go back to point again. I don't know why we didn't. Good anti from them, we're at a disadvantage here. We do get the Sombra. We miss our stun, but we're playing in the good area now. This is great positioning from our BAP. She's Suika's playing in cover. She has cover to fall back to if she needs a health pack. There's a health pack there. If there's a tracer, she obviously has cover from both angles. There's stairs here where she has cover from. There's the doorway where she has cover. It's really good positioning from her. This ball should die there. Great pull. We do lose our brig there, but we've already won this fight. And we should just slowly kill them. We made Tracer waste a pulse as well, which is great. And yeah, they now have Mines, Grav, and EMP, and Rally. We have the advantage. It was a decent bomb, honestly. Because Zarya was here, we bombed like here, the brig was here, it burned brig shields down, and was around this area. If brig somehow survived, it would have just secured the kill on brig. It broke brig shield there. It was honestly just a good bomb to create space. Because we have EMP now, we should just look to be scouting the Sombra massively. We also need our 2-player, either if we get Rally in time, we should play our brig away from the team, or use Rally early as soon as we get it, so we get armor. But we're not scouting for the Sombra. Bad lamp there. It only saved the Orisa, so it was kind of useless. They also used a lot of fucking ults on the one Orisa. They used Mines, they used Grav, and we only used a lamp to save her. So far, they've used 3 ults and have only got 2 picks on us. We still have 3 of our team members up and they have ults. We can easily win this fight, just stabilize. We can Blizzard on point, maybe window, but we need to take note that we don't have lamp to save us. We're in a really bad position there. We could have capitalised on the ball, but yeah. Bad Blizzard. I see a lot of the times, yeah, rally early if Summer has EMP, yeah. It's always good, but I don't think we actually got it in time. You play it the same as Lucio. You either rally early, or you play Brigger in cover. That was a bad Blizzard. Ferrex always uses blizzards on them fights, and it's just really bad for our team. Just wasted all.
Objective lost. New defense point. Objective B.
So yeah, now on this point, same thing. The Sombra, Tracer, all want to flank behind. There's really only one position where they can flank, and it's from going around here, through there, around here, and then up the stairs behind us. And because we're playing this comp, we have the advantage. The Sombra, no, sorry, the Zarya, the Anna, and the Brig are always going to be playing here. So when they start pushing, or they're playing far up, we can easily see they're out of place. So we should push them here. If we push them, it makes the Sombra, Tracer, and Ball to either to force things. They fall back because they know the fight's lost, or they quickly go on a rotation without properly thinking about a fight plan to try and save the rest of the team. A lot of this times on this last point, Feroxy did play far away, and I did say this in Scrim. If you played up here, or around T, where you did play before to kill the Sombra, you're in a bad position. If this was like a higher team around like 3.3, 3.2, which we hopefully will start playing at, the Sombra would have just hacked you. The Tracer then killed you, or the ball would just go on you. You were so out in the open and you have no real abilities to save you. And at that point, if we drop down or try to help you, it puts us in a bad position. So at that point, we, like, even if you asked for help, if we helped you, we would just lose instantly. So we're not going to put ourselves out in a bad position to try and save someone that's practically thrown with the position and they've got. You being here as well basically puts our comp at a disadvantage as we lose the wall and the freeze from our main, and especially when we have two main choke points here, which is this corridor here, this long corridor going down there, this one going down there. It basically makes it harder to actually like kill the ball in that area. But yeah, we see the ball main now. We've wasted a wall. Another reason why that, like, we don't have anything for the ball now. We can't wall these off. And now we need to make two. We need to make two decisions here. The Tracer ball and Sombra are now on point. So what we can do here is we just bongo here, drop to point. We can also just high noon on point because they can't stay on point. They're just going to die to a high noon. We can decide to push them here if we want. We can make any of them decisions. I think if our Orisa drops to point, that's a good decision. She can just shield herself. We could also high noon when Orisa drops to point, or we could just high noon and hope they don't get a tick in time. And we opt to just use the counter rally and then bongo, and our May drops to point. And now this is a splitting plan. So now their team's pushing up here, our May is alone with a Sombra over here who's hopefully going to die to our Kree, and the Tracer and ball here. May's in a really bad position, and our team's grouped up. We have the advantage up here, we don't have the advantage down there. We're basically missing both our DPS here against Zarya, which is bad. We have a Kree again, Lamb gets destroyed, but we should win this fight and we should push them down there. Our McCree basically marked the ball there, so ball couldn't come up without taking too much damage. Ball was already half HP, the healers couldn't see him, so by us marking the ball there, he couldn't push in, and now we just push this area, and now it's a fight win. Great Lamb to save us from their pulse as well. Now in this situation, there's three main areas where Sombra can come from on this point. And this is where we should be spy checking, especially with our May Diva. If Diva spy checks these stairs here, she can easily see the Sombra. Our Orisa can spy check in the corridor there. We can also spy check here, this area here. Also spy check here. These are the main positions Sombra will set up from if she has EMP. She'll stand in this area, translocate here, just EMP or something like that. But we know where the Sombra is really coming from, and it's always down here, or up here really. They're the two main areas we should spy check. Don't know what Sombra was doing there, but we got her. And us staggering that Sombra is really good for us as well. Our May playing up here is still really bad for us. See, look at that. Because the Tracer, the Sombra and Ball were all coming onto you, they didn't hack you, thank fuck. But our Orisa, our Diva, had to drop and now be out of position. Which means if that they were set up there and pushed up here, they would basically get high ground for free. Which is bad for us. That's why we don't want to play out May down there. What do we want to use Hanan at any point to start a fight? I don't think we need to use it to start a fight, as it's very hard. Because with, like, okay, so their whole comp, with the way they're playing it, this is their main area they are pushing from us. And this is where we want to set up. The Ball, Tracer and Sombra are always coming from behind. The Ball wants to go up here and roll through us. And they basically want to spit roast us from two sides. So half the team comes up here along the stairs, meets us around here, and the other half comes from behind us. The Ball rolls through, the Ball looks for a slam, and in that time they could get a pulse or EMP off, or even nano the Ball. So they basically want to come in from two sides. So unless they actually come in, it's going to be very hard to get a high noon on them. And it's mainly just needs to be able to create space, especially if the enemies are on point down here. But yeah, because of that close in our space and there's this much cover for all of them to fall back to it, it's hard to get a high noon off. So yeah, they have mines now, they have nano, they're close to EMP and Grav. Because we're playing in this small area, they could just look for EMP and mine it. And maybe even nano the Zarya, but I don't think that's very useful. In a situation like this, if we play with back on the stairs down here, and we can just lamp and save us from the incoming ults. And also, because they now have the ults online, May in this position is okay, because they're gonna EMP, they basically are gonna focus on this area and not focus on you. So if they EMP, we could chuck Blizzard up there, maybe it makes it, maybe it doesn't. But playing here kind of is good and kind of isn't bad, but in general, in scrims, shouldn't play down there and should play with the rest of the team. Now, this is where we just spend way too long. We should be looking on the stairs, and if we look on them stairs, we realise the Ball, the Zarya have rotated here, and they've been here for at least like 2 seconds, so they're ready to set something up. And now the Ana's coming through, we should notice the Ana there, and the Tracer's coming through as well. They're not doing the same rotation, and we should realise at this point they're going to have ults. So we should play far away from the team to get a lamp if we need it. Maybe throw bomb in here, as they literally have no cover, and wherever they drop, they're in a bad position. If we send a bomb here, hopefully hits a wall, maybe slides down there. It puts them in a bad position. They either drop down here, which is good positioning, drop down here, which is bad for them, and we kill them, or maybe come through here and they have to start the push again. But when we know they have EMP and when we know they're set up here, we need to be the first ones to engage on them, and we're just waiting. Now, that was a great EMP from them. Somehow, BAP was just out of the range and it was lucky. You've wasted lamp. People are still full HP. You've wasted your lamp on yourself. Maybe you just, missed it and you wanted to throw it here, but a lamp would be great if it was here in the middle of our team. As Orisa, as basically everyone's going to blow up the mines here. Great counter ults. Great Blizzard to counter ult it. Bomb maybe not so needed, but they've rallied, so I think that was just more of a kill secure than anything, so I don't mind that very much. We basically used 2 ults for free, so it's still like our ult economy is still better than than theirs. They use 3 ults, we only use 2 ults, and we still won. We could have just used it with 1 ult, but yeah, either way, that's really good for us. Now, like I said as well, our Orisa drops, shields on point, we high in from above, easy fight win. It's going to take them so long to burst down our Orisa, especially with Fortify. We just win this. And the reason why that's a fight win, especially if Orisa drops and McCree stays high ground, is because then their DPS or their ball has to make a definitive decision and push on the Kree. Or they start focusing the Kree and Orisa can just freely fire, freely pull them and freely just CC them with Omei. Either way it's one. But yeah, Kree playing from a low ground there, he nearly died when he high nooned. Another player I did mention was Bongo and top, dropping to point as Orisa, and then Kree would still stay top. But yeah, position now on McCree on the low ground there is just really bad for our team and a bad position mistake from Kree. And this is just a fight win anyway. We shouldn't lose this fight. Anna should be prime focus, she's 1 HP. Next focus would be the Tracer and then the ball. The reason why we focused Tracer first, as she used recall, she was already low HP and she's an easier target to kill than the ball. Yeah, it was a bit too far away, and that's why I say play the Kree top, because he would be in range of DM as well. Let me see what other maps I could review. I don't know which maps we did, so we have Blizzard World, we did Blizzard World, we full holded, and then I think we got to the last point. Oasis, we just rolled them on. Gibraltar, we rolled them on as well, I think. Rialto, we rolled them. Lijiang, I think we lost. No, we have a replay codes channel, so I can see all the codes there. I'm just trying to think of what the ones we might need to look at. Let's do Blizzard World actually. I don't think I've reviewed Blizzard World yet, and this is probably my like millionth time reviewing a Havana map. Oh, sorry, Hanamura. Yeah, I need to sort permissions for the sub rules. Honestly, that last scrim, I knew if it didn't warm up, and I didn't have a main tank sub, so that's why our earlier maps were very bad, and it only got better late because Aether was actually warming up still mid scrim part. Alright, I think we beat them on this attack, but they're doing the same comp they've been playing this time. They're playing more of the actual comp. They've opted to go for Anna instead of a Zen for more healing, which means they have less damage because they don't have Discord. They now have an Echo Mercy, which is standard to see in this comp. On defense, it makes it much harder, as well, there's so much areas where we can go to, and they have a bit more mobility, but it puts them in a lot more tight areas, especially when fighting on point, and especially fighting up here. We opt to go a Brawl Dive, and we still stick with the Lucio for the mobility. So because we're playing on high ground, we take high ground from them, so we should go main here, up here, around here, play up here. If they drop, we go under here, and then to point there. And then we hopefully catch the Zarya on the corner. With this point, things to take note of is there's this cover here, and there's this cover here. If we push them from high ground, Zarya has to drop here. This is the only cover she has, so she is forced to play there, and it puts in a great position for us to kill her. And especially, it puts Anna in a bad position, because she's going to have to go here and play in the open, as she probably can't see the Zarya from the sidelines from playing there. So yeah, it puts them in a great position for all of our team. We also kill the Sombra early. Sorry, just make use of trans early. wasn't really a need to use the Fade there, but we're not in danger just yet. We're now in danger now if ball does get a slam off, and you die because you wasted your Fade. When we have the plan to go it, like just go straight in, and we go here, here's our cover, and then all this area going from here, up here, we don't have cover, and you use your Fade to go from here to here, which in theory is okay, but when the ball's slamming down here, you don't have any like immune ability. So yeah, we lost you early, which is bad. They lost the ball. They probably can raise the ball, but we only have Lucio heals now, so we can't hard commit, and it's just a fight lost from us. You should have saved the Fade, waited for the ball to slam, and then used it. I waited for CC ability to come in, really. You weren't really in danger, there was no need to use Fade. Now, what's good is Noodles is playing more for Poe and Sombra, and Noodles is already in position for our team to come in. So when we make this rotation again, the hack target should be the Echo, because she's in air and she's easy to capitalise on when she falls to the ground, the ball or the Zarya. If we want to focus the ball, we hack the Zarya. Or hack the... Well, if we want to go for the ball, we can hack the ball or hack the Zarya. If Zarya's already used the bubbles, we can just hack the ball and kill the ball. If Zarya hasn't used the bubbles, we hack the Zarya first and then... either one, I don't know. It really just depends if Zarya's out of position. We've already got balls, shields out, which is good. And balls already dropped to the low ground. We focus Zarya, she's out of position, Zarya dies first. This Mercy should be the no. Ball should be next. And now Echo is, because Echo's doing whatever the fuck she's doing. But this is a really messy fight from us. We've used a lot of mobility abilities just randomly there. Echo should be the target focus here. Great. Anna should be the next focus. And now Ball should be. Zarya should be the focus now, and now Ball is. Just a messy fight overall, really. We didn't really play like a proper dive brawler, we were playing very spread out. And yeah, Ball just dies there. He got staggered. And yeah, now we can just push forward free kill Anna. We do have an ult advantage as well. Two things to note. If they play in high ground, we EMP bomb. If they play low ground, we EMP blossom. With their comp, they really should be playing low, high ground, especially the Anna, because it's easier for Anna to get sightlines, and it's better position to play Anna on the high ground, because then it means we have to make an extra rotation to go on the Anna, Zarya, or whoever's on high ground. And by bombing, it means they have no cover as well. This Zarya's a throw-in. We should kill her there. That was a great hack on our diva there. And that's lost from us. I think if our DPS were more set up and not playing backline, we could have killed the Zarya, but... And if we killed the Zarya, we would have won the fight, as it wouldn't have none of the Zarya and turned it around. But they do have AMP mines now. And we have 6 ults. Yeah, I think on that fight, our Reaper was still around cart. I know Sombra wasn't set up, so it was a good call to go on the Zarya, but yeah, our DPS were just nowhere to be seen. We have 6 ults. We can use the beaters to beat to engage, but Hottie, Hottie's Lucio is amazing. For like a 3k, 3.2k Lucio, something like that. He has really good initiative, especially against a Sombra, to hide in somewhere like this, wait out EMP and then go in and then beat. and I'm pretty sure a load of times on this push on the second point area here, he did that so many times, and it was just amazing. Zarya should be the next focus here, since she's going to be high charge. Great EMP bomb, but it kind of wasn't the fight plan, since it did say, you know, bottom low ground, bomb high ground. But either way, you know, we secured 2 kills, so it comes over time, especially when you don't play with the team very much, Giggles. This Ana should die. And because she doesn't, she gets staggered. Pog. They have EMP now, so we want to hide the Lucio, which is where Lucio's hiding. Maybe just a bit far back. I think you could obviously just hide. It's actually hard to hide anywhere else. Yeah, good hiding position. The EMP. We go out, we beat. Kill the ball. Kill the Mercy next. And then the Zarya. And then the Echo. Great DM. Honestly, amazing DM, Pog. Now the Ana, now the Echo. And then the ball. Yeah. Great Lucio play, honestly. That's what I want to see from like a trial, when we trial them, to have the initiative to do something, and when I don't even have to say it, because normally would have to say play the Lucio way, or hide the Lucio, hide one of the supports, to counter the EMP, but to have that initiative to go for the beat and hide it straight away, it's just amazing to see from someone, especially at this level. So yeah, now we just go and with Cole, honestly. Yeah, you can thank Pom for that advice, because honestly, he told that to me when I was learning Tifa. Ball's that massive without place, so we should kill ball here. And we push with Cole, which is great. We should always push with Cole. Zarya really should die. Great eat on the grab. And yeah, that's a really good push from us. And now, because they have EMP, like I said on Gibraltar, when we know they have EMP, go for an early bomb. Soon as they're around this area and push it out, because they have EMP, they're going to look to, like, if they're going to push out here, yeah, that Zarya was very predictable, and I don't know why she was playing so far up, trying to go for a grab, especially with a diva in her face. But yeah, because they have EMP, they basically want to be in position for the EMP. So when they're playing up here, that's when they know the Sombra is about to come in. Yeah, all the team was playing here, Giggles. So by them moving here, it means their Sombra's ready to go in with EMP. So us bombing it earlier, which I think was around here, which was really good, and it just meant it gave us the initiative, and it stopped their team from following up if they did go for EMP. Or kill them when they went for the EMP. But yeah, either way, good bomb. We've already got 2 picks. We've got 3 picks now. It was still a good bomb, honestly, and we just win this fight. In a situation like that, hopefully that goes off the screen, when, like, because they have EMP and they're here, you know, bombing just up in the air like that was really good, and us going on straight away was really good, because that bomb, like, just made the Sombra wait even longer. If we didn't bomb, the Sombra wouldn't hide in the cover and would just go in straight away, and have EMP'd us early.
Ready for battle.
Okay, I am gonna get a drink. 1 second, sorry. Right. I have got drink. Alright. Now here. They're going a standard brawl. We're doing a double sniper. Now, a few things to note. Double sniper, we play off angles. They're coming main, so they're getting forced to go up high ground and push us off here. When they go here, they can make two plans. They can either go here, push to point, make a rotation around here, round the back and go high ground there, which makes us be in a bad position because our Ursa would have to play there with the shield there, or in a position like that, and it would force us in a bad position, and that's how they would win this. Two things: our Hanzo should be playing with the Ursa and Bap, just because it makes the Hanzo not have to out rotate and play down here when they push them, and yeah. Either way, we win this, as they should just get. Sorry, key came out, Pog. They just get poked out. Picks on both supports. We shouldn't drop here. We continue to fight. The Rhine practically through there. It's just a fight win. Zarya dies next, and then Reaper. One thing, probably should have used Eat there, and probably saved it, because it was. In any situation, you didn't really need to use it. So now they opt to go the ball comp again. This time a D.Va instead of ball. So here, a few things to note. When the ball comes in, the D.Va wants to come in as well, because typically an Ashe would shotgun the ball away. The way we counter that comp is, as soon as the ball like swings in, say he grapples here, the ball's swinging here, we want to shotgun him away to stop him from coming up, and then the ball loses momentum on his swing, and then the ball can't come up, and that's how we counter the ball. If the D.Va came up with him, we don't want to waste shotgun, and then we shotgun them when on the high ground. But because we're playing here, the Tracer's in a really bad position. She can't follow up on the ball. The Sombra, where's the Sombra at? Okay, I don't know what they're doing. The Sombra's playing all the way back here with the team. The Tracer playing here, and if the ball goes on high ground, which he basically has to do, because even if it goes on Ursa, the Ursa has, like, the Ursa's just acting as bait if they go on the Ursa at that point. And all the Ursa have to do is walk forward for them to be in the firing line of all the DPS. So yeah. If the ball comes in, the ball dies. We use shotgun and knock out Ashe of high ground, which is bad. They take high ground now, and now we just have to play with Ursa. Great beat from our ball, but they're not ready to go back in, so we just set back up and play far away from them. Their Zen is in a really bad position, playing on high ground against double sniper. He's just in the open. Ball's dead. Playing Sigma this far up is kind of in a bad position. What you got to think about is you have a shield, but they have high mobility, and when you play in this position, you can either put yourself behind here and use this as cover, which is bad because it makes it easier for the Tracer and Sombra to shoot you, and you're like very far away from this cover here. So honestly, if you just played here, and you could still do the bouncy thing with your things, and it would be much better. There should have been more focus on the ball, however, there was no one else to focus. Playing here is another great spot. For us, we have more cover here, but us playing here means we can just fall back down there, and we still have point presence. Also means our Hanzo can drop into our team when he's going to get pushed off by the Sombra and the ball. And then when the ball drops, he's just going to be in amongst our team. Things to note: the D.Va's not set up just yet. The Tracer's not set up just yet. The Tracer needs healing. They're still stabilizing the heals on the Tracer, so we still have time. The pick of Hanzo, because Hanzo wasn't ready, you're expecting it. The ball's 1 HP. The ball really needs to get focused there. The ball rolled through us. Orisa dies there.
Helden sterben nicht.
We should just win this.
Wait for right on time.
No real reason to use lamp there. It stuck the shield, you should have noticed that. And you should have, well, you know, just wasn't needed. We've wasted lamp, the balls came back, and we still don't have our Orisa. So this is looking to be a loss right now.
Helden sterben nicht.
That's a great bob, but we did use 6 ults. Or let's say 5 ults. All we needed to use that fight was the bob here and then the flux around the bob. And that would have won it. No reason to use the window. Especially when we use window here. This is window. It has sightlines down here, and well, if there was, it has sightlines there, kind of. The sightlines are bad just because there's cover. Basic explanation, there's cover here, they can hide behind this cover, and the sightlines are bad. So Flux and Bob wins that.
Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
Great res, and that's just a fight win. They now have an ult advantage with EMP, Trans, and Mines. We have Hanzo Dragon and Bongo. Same thing, we want to set up back top left. And it just means wherever they EMP, they can't EMP all of us. And it stalls out the EMP. If they played it smart, the ball would go in first, knock us down, make us group up the Orisa, and then they hit us with the EMP. If they go for an EMP early, our Orisa can just bongo, and then, you know, we're fine. They now have Diva Pump as well, which is a big threat for us. Especially if they wait for EMP. So yeah, once again, Triss is in a very bad position, can't follow up. Sombra's ready to follow up here. They slam, they EMP us. We don't lose anyone just yet, we're still full HP. The Mines was a massive waste there. They booped us off and we got, well, we dropped down, got EMP'd, we're not in the fire line. That's one wasted EMP, that's one wasted Mines. We're grouping up back on point. We now should bongo to win this fight if they carry on. Great bongo behind cover. We already have 2 picks on both DPS. Dragon kind of unneeded. I get the reasoning for the dragon because they were in this small area here, and you know, or you dragon this, you know, I get it, but I think we just won that with bongo. We needed to be more aware of the ball in this map, however. The ball came so many times in amongst our team and we didn't focus him fast enough.
Hello.
This is last fight. They only have Trans, Bomb and Pulse. We nearly have another Bob. We should protect our Ash at all costs, charge Bob, just Bob point and win it from there.
Remaining.
Also, you're practically throwing his hand, so I don't know what the fuck that was. We're in a bad position, we're just messing around really. See. Decent lamp in Scrim. I honestly thought you died because the lamp was here and you decided to go around here. But yeah, apparently the Zen destroyed the lamp. Which is unlucky. Unlucky Bob. We shouldn't have tried to Bob, especially when we're already half the team down. It just wasn't winnable.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
I don't remember them going this far, but you know. On this point, we want to play from high ground. Why? Yeah. We want to play in this place here. It means when they push cart around here, we have sightlines there. We also have sightlines here, so we have all the sightlines on the high ground here. If the cart pushes under here, we play up here, because we have cover here, sightlines there, sightlines there. We want to play it from range. It also means their tracer has to be set up. If we play at low ground, they can take the high ground from us and dive on us. Things to be careful about, because we're playing in such a small area in here, they can easily hit a pulse on us, they can easily hit EMP on us. If they push high ground, we just window from this position here, and then push them back this way. But yeah, that's where we want to be set. Oh, yeah, bomb's an awkward one, especially with Sig's new cooldown. It's such a hard one to use the shield with. Our path dies, so we're already at loss. We kill the Zen, we should kill the ball there. And yeah, we push him out, and now we just take this time to set back up. Another good thing in this position, especially with a Sigma, we can easily just kill the Sombra if she comes up here. But yeah, they pushed that cart very far forward. When we have a Nash on high ground, and if our Hanzo was playing with us, they shouldn't be able to get the cart like past here. The fact that the cart got this far forward and the brick didn't die from pushing it that far forward, it was just bad from us. She should have died way earlier. Ball's in a very bad position there. He wastes his grapple, but if we don't get a pull, we're just wasting time on him. We're just wasting so much time in this like area, and our Hanzo dies to the Sombra, and we're just losing so much space against him. Really, they could have decided to push us in that area. Since it had trans, saved the team and won. But yeah, they come high ground now, we should just window it. And if they start pushing cart, we just bob cart and bongo top. Good dragon, kind of a waste. There was no real call for it. We knew they were coming high ground, but we didn't know exactly why they were, so really we shouldn't be using dragon there. We really shouldn't be playing hands on low ground here. You're just getting fucked by everyone. You're the main focus, you're on low ground, you're the easiest target to go through. Up here in this situation, we didn't spy check for the Sombra. Sombra just EMP'd, we get mined. I did time to Spooky, that she should have thrown Lab mid-air when she saw Sombra translocate in, but because she was stood on high ground already, we couldn't do that. That's just a fight loss.
30 seconds remaining.
And that's a stagger on the Mercy, sadly. Yeah, that's a rough stagger. We do get the ball pick though, however. Oh, Mercy really did use cover to her advantage there. That's really good for our Mercy. Especially when we're regrouping and she goes all the way up here. That's just good because there was nowhere for them really to back off to. Okay, so they... Oh, there was so many ults just chucked out at once. Let's slow this right down. We kill this ball. We lose our Mercy, Somewhere has to back out. Diva's pushed very far forward here, she's low HP, and with the healing comp they have, Brig's not going to be getting much value there, and she only has Zen heals. Now we go in. Now here, if our Orisa should smart, we still have time, we don't need to touch this yet. Orisa goes here, Bong goes here, pushes on cart, shields, stands there, and that's how we should play this. Okay. We throw a shield, it's a good shield, there's cover there. We should really bongo here though, so the bongo's in cover as well. Now, they're quite low, so Who uses ults first? We go for a flux. They rally trans. We window and bob. Literally, the flux was great in that scenario. It baits out the trans, and it obviously baited out the rally as well. And that's all we needed to do. We have a double sniper comp. A flux in the air. It means our Hanzo and Ash can just pick him off. We shouldn't have used window. We shouldn't have used bob. We should have just saved him. It is last fight. We want to throw everything at it, but it's just not worth it.
Bombs away.
The bob revealed Sombra from Cloak, which is just great. Pulse kills Immortality. I think we Immortality to kill the Pulse there.
Smoke 'em out of there.
The D.Va should die. Oh, okay, she goes for a bomb, and that's a massive bomb. I think that's why we should have saved the bob. Just because, look at that. We threw every ult because it's the last fight, but they've literally nearly turned around a fight from one bomb. Hanzo gets 2 picks. Mercy gets a res off, which is really good. This ball Sombra very low here, so this is a fight win. But that D.Va bomb was just a great example of why you don't throw every ult at it, like a fight, if you think it's last fight. You need to think about why you're using the ults. The D.Va saw our Arista shield broke and we were all in very spread out, not near cover, so she bombs. The D.Va didn't just throw bomb in a random place because it's last fight.
Boosters engaged.
And we basically wasted a window and a bob on that fight there because we thought it was last fight. I'm going to speed this up because we've won this anyway. Tracer's not doing much, Zen's not going to do much, so I don't care about that lamp very much. And yeah, that's a win, Pog. How long's this been? It's been an hour and 10 minutes, okay. I think that's long enough. Let's... Alright. Thanks for watching Giggle Smile. I don't know if you have access to the coaching channel, but I'll just post this in the coaching channel with everything else. Yeah, thanks for watching. Smile in a bit.